Well, hey everybody, it's Tanner Mulvihill over at Bayfield Home Loans, and I'm joined today by real estate superstar and homeowner in Embrey Mill, Ann Marley Green. Ann, how are you today?
I am good. By the time this comes out, it'll be summer, so I've got my lobster sweater on.
Very nice, very nice. Yes, looking forward to that, but always excited to catch up with you about what's going on in Embry Mill. It's kind of a bellwether for the market in a lot of ways, so I always find it kind of fascinating what's going on.
Yeah, lots of changes, lots of activity this past month for sure.
Perfect. All right. Well, first, we always like to start though with kind of a recap for everybody of like what happened the previous month, what the sales look like, what the rental market looks like. So let's go ahead and get that pulled up for the folks. And the floor is yours with our first graphic. What do we have here?
Yeah, so we have a whopping 25 homes, townhomes across the neighborhood for sale currently right
Holy
now as
cow.
of recording. So tons of homes out there actively trying to find new buyers, which is not uncommon for this time of year. This is our busy moving season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, great activity across the board. Average single family home price this past month was still hanging out in the mid 700s. No townhomes, no 55 and older homes sold last month, so we don't have any
Wow.
statistics for those, but a good amount pending. So I think next month we are going to have a ton of solds in that column.
Very nice. Well, for the folks that are selling your house right now and watching our video, please keep in mind I can help you in Florida, Texas, Washington State, North Carolina, and of course Virginia. So if you're heading one of those directions, I'd love the chance to help. But I mean, seems like a lot of listings right now for 25. Holy cow!
It is. And like you said, Embrey Mill is a barometer for Stafford County, and that's true across the county in general. There are a ton of homes for sale right now. They're still getting great prices. I would not say
Yeah.
prices have come down at all. They're
Right.
still kind of climbing up there, but tons of options for buyers this year, which I know is a little bit of a relief for buyers that have been kind of on the back burner and house hunting for the past couple of years because it was brutal out there for a while.
Oh, for sure. And what I'm seeing on the contracts that I'm receiving, we're seeing more seller concessions. Sometimes, depending on if it's been on a while, you may get 3%. And so that's definitely helping the buyers. But just kind of interesting. I agree with you on the prices aren't dropping. It's just, I think for the folks that are like, oh my gosh, I bought and I won the contract after I bid on 25 homes, that the mindset has shifted or just the expectations have shifted in the market when you go to sell.
Yeah, and the interesting thing I saw when going through the listings last month is the homes. There are some homes that sold very, very quickly in our neighborhood, and the ones that did sell very quickly had nothing to do to them. They were immaculate. The buyer could literally just get the keys, move in next day, and
Yeah.
not a whole lot of projects, not a lot of builder grade, but just, I mean, really the definition of turnkey homes. And the ones that I see that are sitting a little bit longer are a little bit more builder grade finishes, not as done, maybe has a couple different projects, that a buyer might be willing to do, but at the price point houses are in and interest rates sitting where they are, buyers just do not, for the most part, want to do projects when they come in.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. One thing that's kind of in the market right now that at least my company is offering, we're offering a 1L buy down for free. So, for example, if somebody locks a rate at 6.25, they actually get that first year at 5.25, and then hopefully within that 12-month period, then the rates are low enough that you can refinance. But I think that a lot of lenders are getting a little creative right now with trying to make sure that people will stay motivated, stay in the market. Obviously, you and I both are big believers in home ownership, which kind of leads us to our next slide because we're going to look at the rental market. So let's take a look at this one. All right, so what do we got here?
Yeah, so this is year-to-date average rental prices in our neighborhood. We don't have any 55 and older statistics, no rentals for those yet. But in the all-age category, single-family homes went up about $100 a month compared to last month. So we're getting closer to that $4,000 a month
Yeah.
price point for rentals for the single-family homes, and then townhomes are still hanging out right about 3,000.
Oh man, I've been doing it long enough. I remember when like Augustine kind of crossed that bridge. Like I feel like when they got to like 35, that was like a big number, and then kind of went over that, and so it's interesting that Embry's now kind of climbing closer to that 4,000 a month mark. It'll just kind of keep going from there.
Yeah, I definitely think that number is going to continue to climb. So if you have thought about holding on to a property or an upsizing, whatever you want to do, Embry Mill is a very easy neighborhood to find qualified renters in.
Yes, very much so. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the. We have one property that we're presenting for the folks, and I'll let you do the lead up on this. Let me get this. We want to remove this and add this one. And this is a personal favorite of yours. So I haven't looked yet. So go ahead, tell us about this property that we're going to take a look at. 164 Mist Flower Court.
Yes, I am geeking out over this property a little bit just because it is on my route that we walk our dogs every single day. So it's right on the corner next to the Mist Flower Trail, which if you haven't been on and you're in the neighborhood, we have all these beautiful wooded trails, but this is my favorite. It's like a mile and a half loop that goes around. So it is an end unit 55 and older townhome. Beautiful lot. Nobody next door, nobody behind you, backs to trees.
Wow.
They have done some really beautiful hardscaping on the outside. So I was so excited to see the inside of this one because I knew it was going to be immaculate, and it is. It is gorgeous in there. You can see they've really done beautiful upgrades, beautiful backsplash. The stonework on that fireplace looks lovely.
Yep, really pops. Yep.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a gorgeous house. This is just like what I was talking about, turnkey house. Someone could literally just get those keys, move in. I do not see any big projects that anyone would have to do. And it really shows, at least digitally, like it's a single family home. There's tons of natural light. It's 4 bedrooms. It looks like very nicely sized rooms. And once we get to the outside spaces, you'll see kind of what I'm talking about. They have maximized what they could do with this property outside, and I think it's just beautiful.
All right. Well, let's see if I can get there for us. Kind of keep going a little bit. One of the things that's popping out to me is it's interesting too how the furniture, at least the first level that we were looking at, I mean, it looked like straight out of Pottery Barn / this is the builder model. You could have walked me in there and been like, Tanner, this is the builder model. I've been like, yeah, that makes sense. So really nice how they had that set up for sure. So let's see here. And so this is kind of like a bonus room upstairs. And again, for when the families visit, that's kind of where they're going.
Yeah, it's a little loft hangout flex area upstairs. So you can kind of make it your own, make it a library, make it a playroom for the grandkids. Tons of options. But like I said, I mean, it just seems like there's so much room in this house.
I was going to say, so this is the basement then that we're going down to. So, those of you that love a good movie room and or workout station, this is a really big property. How big, what's the square footage on this?
Ooh, I do not have that off the top of my head. You're asking me questions I don't have.
That one looks pretty big though. That's for sure. And now we have a sauna in here. So I'm going to go on a limb, say sauna's sticking around.
I mean, they're hard to move. I have heard of sellers taking them with them before. But yeah, I mean, it's a big sauna.
That's not like your little, 2-person carry this out. That's going to take a minute. So
yeah.
Very cool. All right. Now we're getting to the backyard that you mentioned. So right off the gate, we got the screened in porch at the top and we have this beautiful hardscape. All right. They really utilize their deck space nicely. That is for sure.
They did. Yeah. And like I said, they have no neighbors other than the one they share a wall with. Nobody's on the other side and they back to trees. So they have really a prime lot for that section of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Very cool. That's a great looking property. All right. Let's see if I think we're almost kind of to the end of them, but it really just illustrates there, you got to watch the birds come and go up on the back. So great looking property. All right. Well, what are your thoughts on kind of the market right now, Stafford and Embrey Mill in particular?
Yeah, so it is very, very busy right now. Lots of people trying to sell, lots of people trying to buy, which is, pretty typical for April, May time of year.
Yeah.
I will say the higher price point homes are tending to stick around a little bit longer than homes that are a little bit more affordably priced. We're seeing a lot of movement in the 600, 700 price range. Those homes are still going very well. Kind of once you cap 850 up towards the 900s, those ones are definitely hanging out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Probably has something to do with, the mortgage payment right now on it.
Right. It doesn't help.
Yeah. So, that's just something that in my listing appointments that we talk about timing wise and price wise, if you are in one of those higher price points, we just kind of do things a little bit differently than we would if you are in one of the faster moving price points.
Now, let's say I do have a property that's in Embry and that's 6 to 750 range, and I'm eyeing, something in that 1.3 market, 1.2. Are they more inclined to accept home sale contingency than they were before, or is that a shift you're seeing at that high end?
Yeah, so that's definitely something that we have seen more this year. I mean, a couple years ago, if somebody came in with a home sale contingency, it'd be like, "Oh, I'm never going to get you a house."
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
It. Obviously, we did, but yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of home sale contingencies happening. We're seeing a lot of domino deals where there's 3 houses in a row where they all have to sell perfectly to get it to close. We're seeing a lot of seller concessions. Buyers are getting home inspections and negotiating repairs. So those are all things that I factor into my net sheets, when we kind of sit down and talk through options. But that is the market we are in right now.
It's always one of those things where it's tough to tell people, or at least it's tough for them to hear sometimes, that aren't in the market like you and I. But this is your best time to buy, right? It's like right now, you're going to have the chance to get the home inspection. You got a home, you got to sell perfect, home sale contingency. Oh, you might as well ask for those 3% in seller concessions at this point too, because it's not like they got a 50 other people that are getting ready to look at this property. So now's your chance to really kind of take advantage on that high end market. But like you said, stuff in the middle and lower, it's still moving quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely in those lower price points. And by lower, I mean $500,000.
Right.
Right. The lower price point in our area right now. They are still getting multiple offers, on the ones that are really turnkey. So,
yeah.
We kind of go into each house as its own situation, its own little climate, and we try to navigate it the best we can.
Well, and that's so important to emphasize for the people. So if you're considering purchasing or buying right now, you need to reach out to Ann, because everybody's scenario is different, right? You may be moving out of the state. You may be looking to move locally in Stafford, and Ann's the expert in that and knows Embrey Mill better than anybody else. So please reach out to Ann. Her contact information will be above, below, wherever we have it this time. But Ann, as always, thanks for hopping on with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.